Hello, 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 hello. My name is Mookie and you're watching Mookie's channel. Woo! Hi! It has been a fat minute since I recorded my face talking. Yeah. So as you can see, change of scenery. I am in a new house. I don't have a space really that I can sit down and record like this. So if you hear the TV, I'm sorry. Like if you hear the vent, I'm sorry. I literally can't do anything. I have nowhere to go. So that's unfortunate. I don't want to get on here and start venting and being all negative and stuff, but just know that I have been pretty miserable this summer, because honestly it started this summer. Like I was so happy and then it was like, no. I want to say I was so happy because something really bad happened earlier this year, but let's just say I was doing all right. I was fine where I was, and then it was just like, no. So yeah, summer has not been great. I'm ready for it to be done with, and I'm going to try and put more focus into my YouTube. Granted, I just said I literally don't have anywhere to film, but we're gonna make do with what we got, and I'm gonna try. Because if I want to get out of this doogie situation, I'm gonna have to put in some work, and so I'm gonna put in that work into my social medias, and I'm really bad at social media, so this is gonna be fun. But yeah, I wanted to do recap videos of all of my past markets this summer and everything, but honestly they were all just so bad, like who cares? Granted, the last one wasn't bad per se. Like, it wasn't good financially. It wasn't the worst that it could have been, but like, it wasn't good. That one was enjoyable, even though I'm pretty sure I was like almost gonna get a heat stroke. When I came home, I had a headache for the rest of the day, and I was doing my best to stay cool, but we were essentially baking in a warehouse. Like, it was pretty bad. But my niece was there with me. I didn't get footage of it, but it was fun. It was fun. I had fun. That was the most fun that I had. Well, I don't want to say that, because the other two were bad, but like, I don't know, they had good aspects to them, you know? Like, the con, I got to meet artist friends, so, for the first time, so that was cool. That was actually really, really cool. The second time, it was fun because my brother was with me, but again, middle of a heat wave in North Carolina. This summer has been ass. Like, heat-wise, thank God August was like chill. August was like, okay baby girl, y'all been baking too long. We're gonna hit you with a little taste of the fall, and then we're just gonna feel like exactly what we are, the end of the summer. Thankfully this month has been chill, but July and June were horrible. We had like, I think it was maybe it was two heat waves back to back, but it was awful. Like, it was so hot, and I don't even go outside, but when I start sweating and we have the AC on every single night, like, that's a problem. Granted, I sweat all the time anyway, but it was bad. Like, I would not experience a single moment of like coolness, and then I step outside and I couldn't breathe. It was horrible. In conclusion, summers in North Carolina, not a fun time. I don't like the summer. Anyway, so that being said, basically summer markets this year were just not good. I did 3, and last year I only did 1 in the summer, and it was the worst thing that I've ever experienced ever. And so I'm thinking for next year, which I'm gonna get into some stuff, but next year, if I don't get into any big cons, I'm probably just gonna keep my summer clear, because I just don't think that it's a good time for markets. Like, it's hot, it's nasty, nobody really wants to go do stuff like that and spend money. Like, they're probably at the beach or like chilling in a pool, so it makes sense. I don't think the summer is the time for spending at like random events, unless you're going to, like I said, like a big like festival or a convention or something. So that being said, I do have 3 events coming up in the fall. I have one in September, October, and November, so that's exciting. I've been preparing for I think I'm good on stock for the September one. Honestly, I'm good on stock for everything, but I just like making stuff. It's the only thing that's been keeping me sane lately, is drawing and crocheting, so I've been doing it like religiously. This week, I've been making Eeveelutions. It's the Snuggler Patterns by Pebbles Crochet Shop 23, I believe. But yeah, their patterns are like so freaking cute, and I have been addicted, and so I have been making a ton of Eeveelution. Yeah, I'm working on Sylveon right now, but you know what, just give me a second, I'll go get them. Oh my god, I love them. So this is what we've got. We have Espeon, good old Espeon. Her ears kind of flopped backwards, but oh my god, she's so cute. Okay, and then Umbreon. Umbreon was the first one that I made. So we have Umbreon. I did not have, so I recently got into using sinker eyes, and I do want to try painting them eventually. However, like I said, I don't really have a space. Actually, no, I don't have a space to do anything. So I'm not going to bust out my paint and like, you know. So I do want to eventually try painting safety eyes, but I just can't at the moment. And so I didn't have any red ones. So I used hot pink because they kind of give the illusion, and it more so just looks like a faded red. Like, I don't really think that it looks pink, so that's cool. But anyway, I think Umbreon might be my favorite, like how it came out, which is funny because it's the first one that I made. And then this is my favorite Eeveelution. We have good old Vaporeon. Why is her head sideways? We have my girl Vaporeon. I love Vaporeon is my favorite Eeveelution. I just said that. I also have a Vaporeon onesie. Maybe towards like Halloween I'll put it on for a video. But yeah, so I'm working on Sylveon now, and I do want to do the others. However, I don't have enough, so I don't have the yarn colors to make the others, like not in like blanket or chenille yarn like I like using, and I don't have the funds to get more yarn, and I'm not gonna ask anybody to help me because no. So that's fun. They're probably just gonna sit on the back burner unless, you know, the market next month does really well for me. Then I can make the rest of the Eeveelutions, because the market that I'm doing next month is I'm not allowed to bring fan art, so that's gonna be exciting to see how do I do without recognizable characters, because I don't really care. Like, I've noticed that I'm kind of just, I don't really draw much fan art anymore, which is wild because I love drawing fan art. But even with crocheting, like lately I've just been making stuff that I want to. I already knew that I was really into making dragons. I discovered it last year. I'm like in my dragon era. I made my own little sitting dragon. It's my own pattern. I was trying to go for like a haunted doll look, but it didn't really come out well, and it more so just had like it kind of looked like a snuggler, but I stuffed it fully and it was sitting. So it's like a weird sitting dragon thing with like a double pointed tail looking thing. I don't know, it looks kind of weird, but like it's cute. I'm debating if I want to try and sell it or if I just want to keep it for myself. I don't know, maybe I'll show it at a later date or something. I don't feel like getting it right now. Let me go put these away and come back. I was already in my room, and so I figured might as well grab her anyway. Anyway, this is the sitting dragon haunted doll looking thing that I went for. Her wings are kind of floppy because I didn't sew them on how I usually would. But I think that for me, just doing random stuff, because I was just doing random stuff, like I had no idea what I was doing. I think it looks good. However, I don't think it's good enough to write a pattern for, because I don't think anybody would want this. But I love the head shape. The head shape came out pretty much exactly like I wanted to, as well as the ears. Her horns are supposed to be more like curved inward, but I made them shorter than I typically would, because I like really big, like exaggerated stuff. But anyway, this is her little pointed little devil tail thing. I wanted it to look wrong. Like, I wanted it to kind of look wrong, but it's more so just giving cute. I did like a little test thing, and I was gonna give her sad eyes, but I didn't keep it in because I was like, well, do I want her to look sad or do I want her to look cute? Like, she's cute. So yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what to do with her. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep her, if I'm gonna try to sell her, but I don't really make things for myself, and I'm like, this is my first little, aside from doing character plushies, because I freehand a lot of my character plushies, aside from anime plushies, this is the first thing I've made that's just random, and not including my Mothman hat. maybe I want to keep her. And like, she's so cute and she feels nice to hug. She makes me happy. I think I'm gonna keep her. I feel connected to her. Why am I emotional? Why do I want to cry? Is it because like she's the result of my misery? I think that's what it is. She's mine. She's mine. I don't know if result of my misery was the right term that I was looking for. Perhaps I was trying to say like she was born out of my misery. I don't know, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. So my 3 markets that I have coming up next month it's just like a regular family friendly market, but it has like over 1K people interested in the event on Facebook. So I'm really hoping that it has a good turnout, please, because I need it. There's gonna be me and 1 other crocheter there, which we already knew. Like they stated clearly in the application, they were limiting vendors to at least 2 of each type of vendor. However, I am nervous because I take pride in like, I don't really make the typical stuff, you know? Like I have like $8 octopuses that I sell in like my mini bin for $8, and that's just because they're there. It's $8. Like they're quick and easy sells, you know? So like that's the only place that you will find the typical stuff like in my booth. Other than that, I make things that I want to. And it's not the typical bees and the axolotl. I don't even think I've never made an axolotl. Like, I don't do that stuff. Granted, like, kudos to you if you do, that's fine. But, like, I just mean, I take pride in, like, I'm different, I guess. Not to sound quirky, but like I said. You look at my booth, and then you look at another crochet artist. I'm doing, like, a regular market. And typically, we wouldn't have similar things. But I'm like, the other crochet artist that's there, we kind of have similar vibes. And that's the first time I've seen that. So I'm like slightly nervous. It's not exactly the same, which is good. But I don't know. I feel like I'm getting so in my own head. And it's not any shade to her or whatever. Like her work is actually beautiful. I love it. But it's honestly all the shade to me because I've been very insecure lately. And I think that it's largely because of this summer. Because all 3 events, all 3 events I did had crochet artists everywhere. The last one, I didn't notice them as much, but there was one who was maybe like 2 booths down from me. The other 2 that I did in June, I'm not even joking. Okay, so the con in June was freaking insane. They had like 8 different crochet vendors, like 8 of them, I shit you not. On 1 row, we're in the artist alley, and there was only like maybe like 3 rows of artist alley. There was like 3 or 4 or something, but I'm not even joking. 1 entire row, there was like 4 of them side by side, and then like 2 of them right across. It was insane. And then on my row, I got lucky. It was just me and 1 other person who was like 2 booths down from me, but that person had like a mixture as well. So it was good. Granted, I'm also mixtured, but I'm more crochet at the moment, which I plan to... I'm gonna fizzle out of that because I always wanted to be more known for how I draw rather than crochet. It's just crochet is easier to get out. But anyway, that's besides the point. That was that. And then on another row, you have them like side by side again. Like it was insane. It was insane. And that was at a convention. It's like, bro, like why did you accept so many crochet artists? Like no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. But like, yes, all the tea, all the shade, all the pink lemonade, Miss Girl. Why are you doing that? Makes no sense. So that was that. And then at the freaking summer, I didn't want to name drop them, but like, no, because that shit was a disaster. And it wasn't a disaster because it rained. It was a disaster because it was organized so poorly, and like all of the stuff that was said to happen didn't even happen. The freaking map that we were sent was completely and totally irrelevant. And like, I don't want to dog on anybody, but it's just like, how did this happen? Especially because I heard so many good things about how it went last year. This was their 2nd year doing it. How do you have a good first year and then your 2nd year is just like, what is happening? But anyway, over there, that shit pissed me off because we were sent a map the night before. It was Saturday because the event took place on a Sunday. So we were sent the map on Saturday, and I was looking up the people's names because I'm like, okay, let me make sure that like I'm not around somebody, because the email was like, oh, if you want to be moved, like just let me know. So I'm checking everybody's name. Perfect. Like, everybody was spaced out so well. Like, it was so good. Tell me why day of I get there, and I'm placed directly next to another person who's selling plushies and crochet, and then right across from me, like, there's somebody in front of me, there's somebody right here, and then, like, on this booth, straight up crochet. And then, like, a little farther down, more crochet. It's just like, dude, it's not. And then you go to the other side, fucking nobody. There's no crochet artist on that side. Makes no sense. It's like, dude, like, it's not hard to space us out. Why? But anyway, I'm getting mad. Like, it's so upsetting because I'm like, dude, I'm a brokey, okay? I was good and then I was a brokey. And it's because the summer beat my ass. And what's crazy is, like, I didn't do awful, but, like, I didn't do good. Like, I know that I could have done better. And that's what pisses me off, is, like, the poor organization of these things just resulted in so many people complained because they were just like, what is this? And I mean, it's understandable. And then what do? The organizers just fucking eat the money and they just, like, tap their little toes and they're like, hee hee hee. Like, the shit is stupid. Granted, the last event that I did at the summer, like I said, that one, I actually had fun. I actually enjoyed it. And like I said, while it wasn't the best for me financially, there was nothing wrong with the event. The event was perfectly fine. I honestly think that it was just because of the heat. And what's crazy is they closed it early because of how hot it was and because of the low traffic. I shit you not. When there was like 30 minutes left, that's when I started seeing more people come in, but everybody was already starting to pack up. I was like, fuck. But yeah, no, like that one, if they come back to a closer city to me, then I'll probably apply, because they're doing a Halloween market and I wanted to apply to it, but it's too far because I'm tired of going all the way to Raleigh to make money and then I don't make shit. Sorry. Anyway, that's how things have been this summer, and I have been really, really down, but I'm trying to remind myself, okay, the spring was so good to me. Maybe it's just a bad summer. Maybe this fall will be great. I have the regular market next month, and then I have 2 one-day cons I have a one-day con in October and then a one-day con in November. Granted, the November one I'm kind of nervous for because it is their first time doing it, so I'm kind of scared, but it's 20 minutes from me, girl. It's 20 minutes from my house, girl. Bye. Yeah, so that is what's going on. I've been really, really, like, stressed, upset, unhappy. I have been saying that I'm pretty miserable right now, and I haven't felt this bad in a long time, which is kind of scary to think about and to say out loud, but I don't know. Like, I'm doing my best to just cope with the situation, but every day I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to be in this situation. I'm just very, very unhappy, and I'm trying to chill out, and by doing that, I'm just crocheting all the time. Granted, I was doing that before as well, but now it's kind of just like, this is the only thing that's keeping me sane, but it's also stressing me out because the summer was so bad that I feel like it's pointless. Because my summer was doing really, really bad, and my Etsy also started doing bad at the same exact time. Like, my Etsy was doing good, and then I was just like, LOL, just kidding, and I haven't made a sale on there since June, when I was getting multiple sales like every month. So I don't know, it just feels very discouraging, and I've been thinking, because I don't drive, I have to rely on other people to take me to these events, which is annoying, and unless I want to take the risk and take a Uber, I might just give up until I learn how to drive, which who knows when that'll be, because the DMVs in North Carolina are backed up, so I can't even go get my permit again. And even if I got my permit again, who knows if I'm gonna actually learn how to drive, because last time I got my permit, nobody wanted to show me. So can you tell that I'm upset? Because I'm upset. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Like I said, I don't want to give up because I genuinely love vending. I love creating, and this is what I've always wanted to do with my life. However, due to the current circumstances and due to me being extremely annoyed with a certain individual, I'm not gonna ask nobody for shit. So I have to make things happen on my own. And I don't know how am I gonna do that, but like I said, I'm gonna try and like pour all of my energy into YouTube. If you find me entertaining, please like and subscribe, my dude. Like, leave a comment, just let your girl know because I need the validation, okay? The vibe is not vibing, and I miss living on the good side of town in a nice neighborhood, and I want to go back. So let's hope that miraculously some sort of miracle happens and, you know, I become a rich bitch. I'm being extremely delusional right now, okay? I'm like delusion, okay, bitch? Like, before he goes to school, I got 2 years, bitch. Is it 2 or is it 3? You can't send your kids to school early anymore. I don't know, some shit like that. I don't know, bitch. Anyway, the clock is ticking, so I'm gonna have to make these monies. I'll sell my ass if I'm just kidding. No, I won't. No, I won't. Anyway, yes, so I will stop yapping. Thank you so much for watching. This was very rambly and kind of just me just like talking caca and dogging on some people. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. They kind of deserve it because what the fuck was that absolute disaster. Also, how do you ask your vendors to donate to a giveaway and then the giveaway never happens and you're like, ah, yes it did, I'm gonna post pictures of the winners with the items, and it's been 2 months? Still ain't no pictures, girl. Where them pictures at? It don't take that long. Where they at? I wasn't one of the ones who donated to the giveaway, but I know some of the people who did, and yeah, no, that is blatant thievery, and that's some fucked up shit. And so if that is the truth and that's how you're gonna operate your business, may that shit get run into the ground, girl, because no. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself blacklisted. That's all I have to say today. Again, thank you for watching. My hair looks like shit. I dyed it last week and it already faded. Oh, do you like my tunnels? They're so cute, they're hearts. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. How many times am I gonna say that? Please like and subscribe to your girl if you find me amusing and entertaining and you like my face. I'm gonna try to stop looking awful and we'll put more appearance into being a baddie McBaddie. All I did was fix my hair today, but next time maybe I'll like do my very light makeup that I typically do, which is literally just foundation, lip color, and filling in my eyebrows, and sometimes putting on mascara. Anyway, yes, so I will see y'all next time, hopefully next week. And why am I singing all of a sudden? It's because I can, bitch. Bye!